Hi everybody, my name is Sequoia. Thank you for watching my channel, which usually focuses on education, important information, facts, interesting things. But today I want to talk to you about don't stay in school. If you haven't seen the music video, I will post a link in the description box below, and I'll even add who it's by. Now, if you've seen it and you're a recent graduate of high school, or you're still in high school, I'm sure you can understand and sort of agree with it. Honestly, that's how I felt as soon as I graduated from high school. I wanted to go to college and have a job at the same time. I realized they didn't even teach me what I had to do when applying for a job. I didn't even know that you don't have to give them your social security number. It's a whole lot of important facts that they should teach you. And one thing I feel that is really important that they should teach you is jobs. Now, like I was saying, they should first tell you that it is not necessary to give a job your social security number until you get the job. I had no idea that that was not required up until that point, depending on the company. And why do y'all think I think this is interesting? Because I've had my application lost a lot. And I've went into jobs and I've seen that they set their applications right there on the table and don't even apply, because I can see everyone's social security card that's going to apply for them today. And that's not about to be me. Don't want my identity stolen. Then another thing I think they need to teach you is more information on Democratic parties, what they stand for, who all you can be voting for, each side. I feel like even if you aren't old enough to vote, they should hold in-school voting just to get you involved. That way you know what you're doing when you're old enough and when the time comes that you have to vote. A lot of the people I went to school with was confused. They didn't know that you can only vote for someone in the party that you signed up for and that's on your card. A lot of people do not know that. They're thinking, oh, I can just put Democratic and when I get there, I'll change my mind. You can't even do that. You know how many people I talked to and had to explain to them that is not how it works? And it took for me to get it wrong once just to find that out. This is stuff that they should be teaching us in school. Second, when I stayed in Georgia, we were taught how to write in cursive in elementary school, how to balance a checkbook, financial budgets, in elementary school. And I feel like they should have continued it so we would know it. And it was really great. I felt like learning how to write in cursive was really important. Seeing that I got to sign my signature on a whole lot of things, and I want my signature to be unique. Something only I identify with. Not I have to write it in print because I don't know how to write in cursive. That's just, come on, school system. What are you doing? Then I feel like they should teach you the difference in cash and using a card. I see a lot of people get their first card, get excited, run themselves straight into debt. And I've noticed that cash is harder to let go of. This is stuff they should be teaching you. That way when you get out there and you're on your own, you're not just fucking up for your whole first 2-3 years. And learning from so many mistakes that you should have been taught prior to being experienced to them. And I know what you're going to say. Oh, your parents can teach you stuff like this. When I tell you, when I went to that school in Georgia that taught us all about the real world and the world around us, my mom thought every school was like that. So when I graduated and she realized there was a whole lot of stuff I didn't know, she literally sat down with me for a good 2 months, helping me learn how to do taxes, where I can go to get it done if I don't want to do it myself. Like, we did a lot. Then when I stayed in Georgia, they taught you how to sign up for colleges, how to fill out the financial aid, how to add schools onto it. And when I moved to North Carolina, they really didn't teach that at all. They had like one day out the year where the guidance counselor would be there with us to help us sign up. And that was it. So it is really difficult moving from one place to another, and that place is not up to the same standards as what you're used to. So it was a lot of stuff my mom did not know that we weren't getting taught. And I don't feel like it's on your parents to teach you that kind of stuff, because I do feel like you should learn it at school. Then it's like they say they're teaching us about social interactions, but they don't teach you how to notice when your friend has bulimia, when your friend is depressed, when someone really needs someone and they're hiding something. It's like you want us to be socially interacting with each other, but you don't teach us the signs of someone that's isolated themselves. And it's like, I remember being in elementary school And it was this one girl that sat by herself all the time. And the teacher would force us to sit by her, but nobody really wanted to sit by her. It's not being mean, but it's because she really wouldn't talk to us. And you know, it's kind of awkward sitting there with someone and they're just looking at you. You're looking at them, you talk to them, they don't answer. Kind of makes you feel bad in elementary school. So nobody really wanted to sit by her. And at that point, we all should have noticed something was going on at home, but we're kids. We didn't notice. We were thinking that's the teacher's job. It's a lot of things they should teach us, especially when it comes to social interaction. Then I took business classes in high school. So I'm learning basically everything in my career field, which is great, but I never learned how to tell the difference between different business tracks, different career tracks. I never learned how to set up my college classes, how many I had to take a year to graduate on time. I wasn't taught how to prioritize, how to budget them. I wasn't even taught how to prioritize and budget my money and financial aid for college to make sure I get all the books I need and the housing is included. It's a lot of things I feel like school should teach you that when you get out to the real world, you don't fail. Then they should really teach you about mortgage, interest, stuff like that. I shouldn't have to take a college class based on financial literacy just to know how leasing a car works. Financing a car works, financing a house. It should be stuff that you're taught before you get to that point in life. And do I agree with don't stay in school? Entirely, yeah, I really do. I feel like schools need to be better prioritized with real world and history. I understand you want to learn about history. That way you don't repeat it again. I know you want us to learn the fundamentals of math just in case depending on where we're headed. And because math is the same no matter where you go. But at the same time, I do feel like they need to add classes for real world situations. Like I've noticed sex ed becoming more and more serious. And instead of them just showing us what it would look like for you to mess up and become pregnant, have AIDS and STDs, show us the bad side effects and let us choose then if we want to continue or start. Because trust me, once you know and see how many people get AIDS on the first time, you'll never try it. I saw one documentary and it was abstinence for a long time, like 6 years. So I feel like it's certain stuff that they should do to help us see real world situations and show us what really could happen. The possibilities are endless. Then I've noticed a lot of people don't notice bad eating habits and stuff like that. And I do feel like stuff like that should be taught in school as well. They should have a course on changing bad eating habits instead of cutting down everybody's food to make fat people feel bad. I'm not trying to, fat is fabulous. But they should have classes to help us become more healthy in our eating habits, exercise. And I know you're going to be like, oh, well, you have gym and PE. No. When I tell you gym made me feel so bad about myself and so unathletic, I used to never go, ever. The worst part is when you're doing the mile run and you're the last person and everybody's waiting on you and they're ready to go. It just made me feel too bad. I feel like it should be on your level, help you build yourself up. That way everybody gets to the same level in ground floor and have the same foundation. It's a lot of stuff that could be improved in schools, and it's a lot of stuff that should be incorporated in schools. I remember in elementary school having one teacher that spent an hour talking about the Bible. That hour she could have spent teaching us real world situations. Then I remember in college taking classes where the teacher, well, not college, this was high school. In high school, I had one teacher, Miss Jones. She had no idea what she was doing. We'd sit there for that whole hour, absolutely doing nothing. And if we did finish anything, it'd be a miracle. We literally would spend 3 days on one math problem. They could have cut her whole class out and had us doing something related to the real world. We were young adults getting ready to experience the world that we thought we had our head wrapped around and knew everything about. And then another thing I feel like they should be teaching is how to use public transit. When I was in Georgia, you start using public transit in high school, middle school, and the school will even give you a bus pass. I feel like that is something that really should be taught in all schools, except for if it's not in your area. But overall, I feel like there's a lot of real world cases and scenarios that should be taught in school. And there's a lot of things that are really important that they should get into. It's sad to realize that you went to 12 years of school, didn't know how to file taxes, how to apply for a didn't know how to sign up for college, how to get your financial aid information ready, when does the financial aid information have to be turned in, how to budget, how to set up your classes for college. Like, it's just so much stuff that we're introduced to last minute, and we can either sink or swim on, and it's not right. It's like they're throwing us out there to the wolves with, I know how to use Pythagorean theorem, but I'm probably never going to use that. And this is my reaction video. Boyinaband, your channel was awesome. I do take it really inspirational, and with my aunt being a founder of a school, it's really important to me that schools incorporate a lot of different information that we're going to need throughout our life, other than just stuff that we're never going to use again. And thank you for watching Taquaya's channel. Hit the subscribe.
If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you feel like I sparked your interest, go ahead and subscribe.
Yeah. Progressive.
Came up from nothing, had to start hustling, had to be something, you just had to